What's up, everybody, and welcome to Team Pizza's E3 2016 Predictions, or whatever we're calling it. I, of course, am Whatthefnu.
It's me, it's the K-O-double-P, it is me.
And this is Ice Cold Koopa.
So, are you ready for the shit show among shit shows?
A little bit. This is shaping up to be either one of the greatest years we've ever had or one of the most disappointing years. Like, let's be real about this. There's no way we're going to top some of the bombshells that were dropped last time. Like, I think I said this myself. Sony won every E3 ever last year. Like, dropping Final Fantasy VII Remake and Shenmue 3, like, back-to-back in the same conference. Poor Devolver Digital. They were, like, sandwiched between those two things, and everybody forgot about them. But anyways, before we get into what our predictions are going to be this year, we need to establish what we will be seeing, what we're not going to be seeing, and then we'll get into our predictions. So, just so everybody's on the same page, we'll go down this list, like, company by company, and then categories like third party and indie. So,
I'm sure if you check the description, Fnu has put down timestamps for if you don't want to hear us talk about what is going to be announced and what's going to be predicted.
Well, I'm also going to put up, like, big logos of that company and, like, talking about now. This, just so it's really easy. So, yeah. Starting here with Sony. So, what we know for sure with Sony, we're going to see The Last Guardian. Well, I mean, it hasn't been officially confirmed, but considering that game is supposed to be coming out this year, we're definitely going to be seeing it. I'm also predicting we're going to be seeing a 2017 release date for that game, which is going to make the entire internet explode with rage, but we've also got Res Infinite, which, for those of you like me who absolutely loved that game, don't get too excited. It's a PlayStation VR game, but it's also the same game. It's base Res, except now it's in first person.
So basically it's the same game that you could play 10 years ago, just now it's a little bit more fancy.
But also in HD! And you need a completely separate headset to use it, so...
But in HD!
Speaking of HD and PlayStation VR, we've got Psychonauts in the Rhombus of Ruin. That's going to make an appearance. Wild Guns Reloaded, which I'm super excited for. Great Super Nintendo game. I want to see what the updated version is going to look like.
Is it just going to be a Sony only product?
I'm led to believe that's going to be the case. Like, it's only going to be on their platform. Like, Sony has announced the game is going to be shown off at their conference, so...
Okay. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it either way. I was just curious if it's going to be coming to Nintendo, because, to be honest with you, that's my preferred platform, because, like, I just like that first, like...
No, I understand.
JRPGs.
It just feels better on that platform.
I don't know. It's just one of those weird things. It's like that and platformers are what they do well.
Mm-hmm.
And don't get me wrong, Sony's the only place you can really get JRPGs anymore.
Wait a second. Are you thinking of Wild Arms or Wild Guns? Because Wild Guns was like an arcade-style shooter. If you're thinking of Wild Arms, that was like...
Yeah, I'm thinking of Wild Arms. Holy shit.
Okay.
I hadn't heard anything about this. I was just... Like, my dick was already, like, at full staff, you know? I was like, oh, Wild Arms.
Anyways, Destiny Rise of Iron is going to be shown off at their conference. That's coming out in September, I believe. And lastly, this is not officially confirmed, but it may as well be at this point. We're gonna see something about Call of Duty Infinite Warfare there. Now, they've confirmed that they're not gonna be showing off the multiplayer, they're instead gonna be focusing on the campaign, because I think they're trying to help put out the tire fire that is the reception of the latest trailer. It's like, no, you actually will have soldiers on the ground, trust us.
You mean that new Halo trailer that they released?
What?
That new Halo trailer, that's what that is, right?
Oh. Okay, you are fucking with me, never mind. So... That's Sony. There's nothing they've confirmed we won't be seeing. What I think we're going to see, my predictions for Sony, I think we're going to be seeing Dreams. Like that Media Molecule game, The one that looks like it's made out of clay? At least I want to see it. Like, I saw that on the big screen during the PlayStation Experience last year, and it was fantastic. Like, I want to know more about that game.
It looks really interesting. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I forgot a lot of this is going to be me and you interrupting each other. It looks really good. Like, I was very excited to see that last year, so...
I feed off of that kind of thing. Like, I am a game designer at heart, but the problem is I don't have the artistic talent to put all the assets together. That's why I need guys like Tunican and Drawman. So, games like this that just have the tools there and ready for me, I'm all over that shit.
So we're talking about predictions for Sony, right?
Yes, right now. Do you have one? We'll go back and forth here.
I'm pretty sure we're going to see something about either Destiny 2, or we're going to see, like, at least something related to, we're going to have this many more DLC packs.
That's kind of what Rise of Iron is, but I'm interested that... It's kind of interesting that you think Destiny 2 is going to happen already, because Bungie, their whole impetus behind that is that they had a 10-year plan already laid out for that game before it even launched. Like, why do you think a sequel is going to launch already?
I don't know. It feels like it's going to be one of those properties that's going to have, like, sort of a... How do I explain this? Sort of like a World of Warcraft thing, like, but it's going to be like Cataclysm.
Oh.
Where it's going to completely change. It feels like it's going to be like that to me.
Huh. I'm not sure if that would be the best...
Go on.
I'm just not sure if that would be the best business move on their part, because that would be if they are going to continue with their original 10-year plan for the first Destiny, that'd be a really easy way to split your player base.
That is true. Hasn't, like, RuneScape done that, like, 4 or 5 times? At this point, with, like, and it's just graphical updates?
Oh, I have no clue. I haven't played that game since I was, like, in high school.
I was more of a Puzzle Pirates guy. I'm a wiener.
I mean, as long as we're talking about old browser-based games we used to play, I mean, this was kind of an MMO. I used to play Neopets a lot. But now we're just going off on a tangent. And that was before Nickelodeon bought it. That was back when the game was fucking good. But like I said, bring it back on track.
Exactly.
Another game I think we're going to see more of is Horizon Zero Dawn.
No, that'd be fair. That's a fair prediction to make.
Yeah, because a lot of the assets in that initial reveal looked like they were pretty far along, so by now they have to have more to show off. That's a fairly safe assumption, I think.
I do have another prediction. I'm pretty sure, like, we're either going to see more of the Final Fantasy VII HD remake, or we're going to see Kingdom Hearts 3 at Sony's presser. Mostly because, like, remember, was it 3 years ago? Yeah, 3 years ago when they first had the Sony presser, that when they were talking about the PS4 coming out, one of the biggest name drops that they had for that system was Kingdom Hearts 3.
We'll talk about more about my feelings on Kingdom Hearts 3 being on this show when we talk about Square Enix, but...
Yeah, like, I figured we would. I'm just saying that's my prediction for where they're going to see one of those two at that.
Okay.
That's Sony's.
Alright, so that's it for them. Moving on to Microsoft. Now...
Oh, do we have a scoreboard for this, by the way?
A what?
We have a scoreboard for whoever gets more predictions right?
We could. Like, we could talk about this in our reactions, like at the start. Who had the most predictions right, who had the most predictions wrong. Are we putting anything on the line for this?
I don't know, like, what, $20?
Okay.
Okay.
Although I'll have to pay you in Steam credit, because I don't know what your PayPal is. And for God's sake, don't say it on the recording.
It's at Team Pizza Productions here. No. I don't know what the Team Pizza PayPal is.
Team Pizza Entertainment at live.com. There was a bit of a miscommunication on that one. Like, I thought that's what the website was going to be called, but then Hidden in the Truth chimed in. No, Team Pizza Productions. It has a little more alliteration. It sounds better off the tongue. And I'm like, oh, see, a funny story about that. Already opened up the Hotmail. Whoopsie. Oh, well.
TW, double P.
Anyways, so moving on to Microsoft. They've been a lot more tight-lipped about what they're going to be showing off at their show, which I think is a good thing, because it's good to have surprises. It's good to keep people guessing a little bit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this, if they can't get people to like him this time, we're just going to get the live suicide of Major Nelson. That poor man. He tries so hard.
He does. Like, I'm thoroughly convinced he's one of the hardest working people in the industry. Or at least he's one of the most underappreciated.
I agree. Like, I feel like he's just amazing, but not everyone agrees with me, so.
But anyways, what we know for sure is Gears of War 4, Forza, and the one I think you're most excited about, Sea of Thieves.
Oh, you have no idea. Like, to keep with a pirate pond, my dick is at full mast.
However, I have a guess of something we're not going to be seeing at this show. I have a feeling that we're not going to see anything about Recore. And here's
okay, this is where we split. Like, I feel like they're gonna lead the show with this.
Here's the thing. Microsoft kind of has Square Enix syndrome, where they like announcing games more than they like actually releasing them. And I think Inafune is kind of busy with the whole Mighty Number 9 situation right now.
That is true, but it wasn't just KJ that was working with on Recore. It was also the production team behind Metroid Prime.
Oh yeah, Retro Studios.
Which signifies I'm like, this is probably gonna be at least decent.
Well, here's the thing, though. Like, I look back at Microsoft's history, it's been a while since we've heard anything about Scalebound. It's been a while since we've heard anything about, like, Crackdown 3 or Halo's War 2. And we just learned about Recore last year, so based on their attitude in the past, I think it's going to be at least another year before we hear anything else about that game.
The weird thing, I'm pretty sure we're going to hear at least something about Scalebound. I agree with you there.
Yeah. And speaking of which, that's actually my first prediction for Microsoft is, well, it's been a while. It's time we heard more about Scalebound.
I agree. Like, and the weird thing is, like, did you see where they announced Scalebound last year?
Wait.
They didn't announce it at, like, E3 or anything. I was actually surprised about that. They announced it at, what was it? Tokyo Game Show?
Oh.
I think it was Tokyo Game Show. I can look it up real fast. Actually, it probably is not good if I do that.
I'll edit it in later. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Let's see here. My second prediction for the show is, chances are we're going to hear more about Halo Wars 2 now.
Yeah. Like,
Again,
that's another one we're not going to split on, because, like, it would make sense. Like, didn't they announce that back in 2014?
Yeah, like I said, it's been a while. It's time for Microsoft to come back around and say, hey, this thing still exists.
I think Microsoft's been trying to go for a more yearly release for Halo. As evident, like, as shown by, like, the 2014 release of Halo Master Broken Collection, and then the next year with Halo 5, Dawn of the Pay to Win. I had a joke there, but my brain just sort of stunned there.
Welcome to my world.
Like, with those two coming out, I'm pretty sure we might even get a release of Halo Wars this year. Halo Wars 2, that is.
And do you have any other predictions?
Outside of that, I'm pretty sure they're gonna at least try one more Rare thing this year.
You think the studio is in a good enough state to be working on two things at once right now?
I heard they recently, like, this is just a rumor I've heard, so take it with a grain of salt, viewers, is that they recently refinanced Rare to give it more money and more staff. So, like, if it is true, we might see something along the lines of...
Or it might also be Microsoft just going, okay, we need Sea of Thieves to land. Like, we need this to be a hit with people to restore faith in the company.
And it has me excited, so... And I'm usually cynical for Rare post-2002. Except for Viva Pinata, that game is fucking great.
Yeah, and cameo elements of power.
And cameo. So, like, I like cameo. Like, I'm glad I picked up Rare Replay just to play those 2 games, because I never picked up Viva Pinata. But, back to what we were saying, I'm pretty sure we might see another Rare project announced, or at least they're going to talk about something what they're doing with the Kinect.
Okay.
With their division for that.
Let's see here. My final prediction for Microsoft is, again, this is a game we haven't heard anything about for a while, Crackdown 3.
Yeah, which, I can see that coming too. Like, I guess this one's not going to be very good for the scoreboard here, but we pretty much have the same predictions with that, and I'm pretty sure they're going to show up Crackdown 3 too.
Yeah.
Did they show up any game footage for it at 2013?
I don't believe so. I think it was just the CG trailer.
I thought they just did they show off a trailer? I thought it was just the logo.
No, I distinctly remember there being a cinematic, like when the guy launches that gas truck off of the ramp toward the building that the criminal is living in.
Oh yeah, now I remember. Now I know what you're talking about.
Let's see.
So, do you think they're going to announce another IP?
I'm not entirely sure, to be honest with you.
The reason why I ask is a friend of mine is pretty sure they're going to at least try something new. God forbid, that's completely open for me. Like, I'm okay with that.
Speaking of new things, like, I forgot to mention during the Sony block, but it's pretty much all but confirmed that we've got the sort of halfway new consoles coming this year. Like the PlayStation Neo and the Xbox 1.5 or whatever they're calling it.
You mean the Xbox, this is a terrible idea, why are we doing this? Oh god, no.
It's an Xbox, but also an iPad.
It also can do drugs.
It slices, it dices, it makes julienne fries.
Oh, honey, no.
You remember back when video game consoles just played games? And they worked so much better because of that?
I don't know. Hey, do you remember playing with the 360 back when it still had the blades? That thing was like 3 steps above being a fucking brick. I swear to God. Like, it burned itself out because, God forbid, they actually test the fucking thing before that. And the blades, they take 5 fucking minutes to load. And then we get the updates with the avatars and the Netflix, and I'm like, oh, I'm fine with this, because it actually fucking works now. Fuck you, Microsoft. Fuck you.
Anyways, on that note, let's move on to Nintendo, who I'm joking,
Microsoft, give me money.
I've actually separated Nintendo into two subcategories, which is the main event, which is basically just Zelda. And then there's the Treehouse, which has a crap ton other things that can actually support a discussion. So, main event is pretty much going to be a 90-minute demo of Zelda Wii U, which we still don't have a name for, by the way.
I've just been calling it Zelda U, so yeah. Which is the most generic fucking title ever, but
What if that turns out to be the actual title?
Well, that's the point. I fucking kill myself, so
it's a
good run.
You don't understand, though. Like, there's actually an item in the game called the U, and it's, like, symbolic for the story and everything.
Here's $60, Nintendo. Here's $60.
And here's another rumor I actually heard about Zelda U. Apparently, according to an insider source, this game, there was a lot of discussion way back when the reveal first happened on the gender of this particular Link. And apparently, this comes from an insider at Nintendo. You're going to be able to choose the gender of Link this time around, but either way, the character is not going to be able to speak. It's still going to be like completely silent Link. It's just you can make the choice. You can either play as a male Link or a female Link, whatever you like. Which, I don't know, I'd be down for that. And that makes everybody happy. It's like you don't have to play as female Link. You can do whatever you like.
Which, yeah, it's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Did you ever see what I think it was Tumblr was calling that link with the link for the open world trailer was?
Oh.
They kept calling him Hypog Link. I just thought that was amusing.
It is slightly. So, that's the main event. The Treehouse, on the other hand, is going to have, like I said, so many more games. There's Pokemon Sun and Moon, Pokemon Go, Monster Hunter Generations, Dragon Quest VII, and Tokyo Mirage Sessions FE, which launches actually shortly after E3, so...
Well, here's some other things. Are we going to get into predictions now?
Well, there is one thing I want to talk about, like, what we're not going to see. And this is actually confirmed. Nintendo has said we're not going to see anything about the NX at this year's show. Now, here's my concern about this. You and I were actually talking about this before we started the recording. If those predictions about the NX launching early next year are true, the fact that we're not getting any information about it this close to the damn thing's release is incredibly troubling. Like, I know it's Nintendo's whole MO to be very hush-hush about everything. Like, they do not want anybody to release any information about anything they're making until they release it. They like to have that kind of control over all of the information, aka look at their activities on YouTube, but that's a whole nother discussion. If it turns out to be true that the console is coming as soon as we think it is, and we still don't know anything about it, that's not a good sign.
I'm saying that, like, a lot of this speculation that's going to come out early next year is false. I am 90% sure that they're going to
hopefully
either...
is.
If, like, they've confirmed that they're not going to talk about it this year, I'm pretty sure it's not going to release next year, because they're going to talk about it next year no matter what. Like, I'm pretty sure that's a given. Because at that point, it's going to be 5 years into the Wii U's title, and Wii U's lifespan, and usually that's when Nintendo pulls the plug. Now, I'm pretty sure what's going to happen is, like, it's going to be the Wii U, they're going to announce the NX at next year's presser, and then it's not going to come out until 2018.
Okay.
We might get, like, if it is true that it's going to be a handheld and a console, like it does both, I'm pretty sure we might get the new one early 2018 and the console later in the year.
I think that's the safe bet. Like, I'm probably blowing this out of proportion. They're probably not going to release it early next year.
Probably.
I'm just saying, if that is the case, then this is incredibly worrying, because usually when a company hides something that long, it's the strategy of, oh shit, we don't have a whole lot of confidence in this thing, let's just hide it from people and not give it enough time for information to go around.
Remember when Sega thought releasing the Saturn was a good idea?
Yes.
And they rushed it. And they're like, oh, it's in stores right now.
And then they pissed off all of the third-party developers that were signed up to work with them, because it's like, well, shit, we're gonna miss the launch date now. None of our games are ready.
I'm pretty sure, like, Nintendo knows better than that, so...
Here's hoping, right?
Yeah, hopefully. Don't make me an ass. Nintendo, don't make me an ass.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, I have absolutely no predictions for Nintendo this year. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I've given up trying to figure out what this company thinks.
Alright, I do have one or two predictions.
Okay.
Outside, like, I'm pretty sure we're going to see more of Color Splash. The Paper Mario game. Mostly just to, like, either try to do damage control or try to show off the mechanics for it.
Hashtag not my Paper Mario.
Yeah, no, like... I'm not completely against it yet, but it doesn't give me much hope.
Yeah.
Is all I'm gonna say.
That's the thing, like, I've had this ability my whole life. Like, I look at something and I know whether or not I'm going to enjoy it. And I've got that sort of averse feeling to this one. It's like, you know, you guys had a really good formula back in the day. It was solid. You had two fantastic games, and then you just kind of careened off an edge with it.
Well, no, they had 3 fantastic games. Super Paper Mario was great.
Okay, fair enough. But that wasn't like the first
same.
2. It's a different type of experience.
I know, like, I want more Mario RPGs that's not in the Mario and Luigi universe. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm perfectly fine with that universe. It's a great series. I just want Paper Mario.
Yeah, I need Nintendo to blow me away. Because after Star Fox, I'm still reeling from Star Fox Zero, okay? I need them to bring along something that's gonna reinstill my confidence in this company, and I guarantee you Mirage Sessions FE ain't gonna cut it.
I do have, like, a out there prediction. Because Zelda's not the only thing that's having a 30th anniversary this year.
Oh, what else is?
Punch-Out and Metroid both also have 30th anniversaries this year. At least I think Punch-Out and Metroid both do. I know Metroid does, because it and Zelda came out in the same year.
That's interesting. If they've managed to keep a new Metroid game secret for this long, that'd be a really nice surprise.
So I'm predicting, hopefully, a revitalization of a old IP. If I can get that out of my mouth without stumbling all over it, that'd be fucking perfect. But
I'm just gonna say I'd be down for a new Punch-Out.
I'd be down too. Like, I love making some Punch-Out. I'd be down for. You know what? I'd be great. You know what'd be fucking wonderful to me?
What?
Because it's a series we haven't seen since the GameCube. New F-Zero.
That'd also be nice. But I'd also... The only thing I'm thinking about with Metroid is, like we've established, Retro Studios is currently busy with something else right now. And if they are announcing ReCore at this year's show, they've been extra busy.
That is true.
So, if they are making a new Metroid, it's probably not going to be made by them, and it sure as hell ain't going to be made by Team Ninja after what happened last time.
Yeah, no, that was a shitstorm among shitstorms.
So
we'll probably see more of that Metroid game they announced last year.
Wait, they announced a Metroid game? Oh, Federation Force. Yes.
Yeah.
That one I'm looking forward to that.
It looks fun to me. I don't get why everyone's like all like, it's not Metroid.
I don't get it either. Like, I get that you're not playing as Samus, but it doesn't matter. Metroid has always been about the world to me. Okay, Samus's story is nice, but the main thing that a lot of people love about Metroid is the atmosphere. It's the world. It's the environments you go to and the things you encounter while you're there. And that's what this game is, basically. It's sort of expanding on what the universe is, rather than this one person that's in it.
Oh, can we go back to Xbox for a second here?
Sure, really quickly.
I'm also, like, for some reason, I'm predicting they might mention something about Mass Effect 4.
Ooh, Andromeda. I actually have information about that, but I'm saving it for the Electronic Arts block.
Oh yeah, I forgot EA has the thing. I'm sorry.
No, it's good. It's cool. I didn't expect you to remember everything. Any other predictions for Nintendo?
I have a few. Like, I'm pretty sure they might talk about more, like, I don't know if I want to call it DLC, but updates from Mario Maker. They'll probably talk more. They'll probably talk more about Hyrule Warriors for the 3DS.
Yeah, there's some DLC for that. I know, oh shoot, what's her name? Meryl from Link's Awakening? Marin, I think. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marin, Seagull Girl. Or the singer.
I know who you're talking about, and I'm pretty sure the viewers do too.
Yeah, she was actually one of my favorite characters from the Legend of Zelda series for a while there. So I'm super excited to see her come along.
I've never played Link's Awakening.
Great game.
I hear it is. Like, I probably should pick it up for when I buy a new 3DS.
I also like to consider it a, well, it's Pocket Zelda for a reason. It's a game you could breeze through in practically a day if you know what you're doing.
Okay. But anyway, back to what we were talking about.
Yes.
They'll probably talk more about that.
Splatoon has new DLC coming along. We know that for sure.
Oh yeah, like I'm pretty sure they're gonna try and keep Splatoon on legs for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. They also had like the Squid Sister amiibos that launched a month or two ago.
Oh, those are already out? Fuck.
Yeah, those are already out.
Shit.
I think, anyway. Again, I'll put up something on the screen if I'm wrong about that.
Oh, but anyway, I would be surprised if they didn't talk about possibly more updates for Splatoon coming out. Because I know, like, they were like, oh, well, the last big update's going to come out in, what, January?
I think so.
January, February, I think it was around those months. But, I would be surprised if they didn't keep it going for as, like, well as that IP has been received.
Yeah. Definitely. I'd like it to keep going. Because I love that game.
If we're talking about big reveals, though, because Nintendo usually, like, it always seems like they have one big reveal. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the next Mario, like, whatever, whether it be Galaxy or...
I don't think... If I'm being honest with you, I don't think we're going to see Galaxy 3. It's been too long at this point. Like, Nintendo kind of has ADD when it comes to their franchises. If you veer too far away from one concept, they just completely rewrite the entire formula again, so...
I feel them for Sunshine too, so...
If we do see a new Mario game, it's probably not going to be Galaxy 3. I would be amazed if it was, but...
It would be... I think you'd be excited for it, too.
Yeah, I would. Like, another adventure alongside Rosalina, that'd be great. Go back to the actual starship. The Comet Observatory.
Oh, Rosalina. Oh. Sorry, I dipped into a mode there.
Channeled your inner Sigurd Hosenfeld?
No, of how much I don't give a shit about Rosalina.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Is that going to be it for Nintendo?
I think I have one more prediction in me, and that's probably going to be that... Shit, what was it? They might touch back on some more Smash Bros. Stuff. Like, I think, like, because, like, that's what runs the place nowadays.
You and I are in disagreement on that one. Like, I think
they
they were pretty definitive about Bayonetta being the last thing they added to that game.
Probably. I'm probably just talking out of my ass at this point.
It's wishful thinking. There's still that little 7-year-old in my in the back of my mind who's like, you know, it'd be cool to still see Shantae in Smash Brothers, but the rest of the overwhelming majority of my brain is going, nah, dude, just let it go. It's not gonna happen.
Actually, you know what I'd be more open to?
What?
More Mario Kart 8 stuff.
You're just listing off games you've ordered off of GameFly recently.
Shut the fuck up, I am not.
Make more DLC for the games I just happen to own at this point, Nintendo. I don't care if you haven't touched them in years.
Shut up. Update for Sunshine 1, when?
Anyways, so should we move on to what next to the PC conference is going to be the most boring show of this year, Square Enix.
Okay, I know how Square Enix can save this, but we'll get to that in the predictions.
All right, so Square Enix, what we know for sure is Deus Ex: Mankind Divided. They're going to show that off. Some upcoming content for Hitman. The Land Mech Assault DLC for Just Cause 3. They're going to be showing off Star Ocean Integrity and Faithlessness, which is a moot point because that game's already bloody out, and if you want to know more about it, just look up videos on YouTube for the Japanese version. Let's see here. They're going to show off I Am Setsuna, which, proper old-school turn-based RPG. It's got my attention. Great art style. And then let's get to the big ones. Speaking of anniversaries, Tomb Raider's 20th anniversary is coming up very soon, so I'm not expecting anything big from this, like a new game, but Square has announced that there's going to be something related to Tomb Raider at the show this year.
Do you think it'll be more like it'll probably be something about that phone game they released?
Probably. I'm not expecting the world on this one. It'll be a nice touch, but it won't be anything that's gonna blow our minds. It'd be great if it was, but... let's see here. Final Fantasy 15, of course, which... I'm gonna reiterate this again. That's the first Final Fantasy in a long time that's got me really excited to play it.
I can't wait to play Sasuke's Wild Ride either, so...
Steve Bloom's tour across America.
That's another good one.
It just looks fun, is the thing. It looks like a really enjoyable game. It's the first Final Fantasy that... It has enough of an air of taking itself seriously to still be taken seriously by the people who want to do that, but it's also like a bunch of dudes taking a road trip.
Oh, now I remember what my last prediction for Nintendo was.
Yes?
I'm pretty sure we might see at least something related to Earthbound. I don't know if it's going to be a Mother 3 release, but it's going to be something. I'm pretty sure. I got a gut feeling about it.
They have been coming back to that franchise lately.
They have been. That's why I'm like, I got a gut feeling about it. But I could be wrong for all we know.
I hear the Nintendo Thought Chopper in the background there.
Oh no, that's just the lawnmower going.
Damn neighbors.
Oh no, they're mowing my lawn.
Ah, got it. And lastly, World of Final Fantasy, which is that really cute-looking game, the chibi characters.
It does. It makes me smile.
It's also apparently 100 hours long, which is
well, that's gonna make me smile for a while.
So that's that. What we're not going to see from Square Enix is, okay, I have a prediction about this. I don't think we're going to see anything related to Kingdom Hearts 3. Because I think, what's his name again? The guy who was moved off the Final Fantasy team to go back and work on this?
Fuck, this is why we need Brian.
I think he's still a little too pissy about that. It's like, oh, come on, man.
Oh no, he was happy about that.
No, I mean the guy himself who was moved off of the team. I think he's still throwing too much of a temper tantrum to get anything done on that game.
Me and Brian had a joke about how he was actually like Mission Impossibling himself in to code for the game for Fantasy 15. I mean, he's just like, it needs more belts and zippers. And goofy shit.
That's where the fashion line came from.
Exactly. Also, if we do see Kingdom Hearts 3, do you think we're going to see a Wreck-It Ralph world?
That's
a joke. That was a joke question.
I know it's a joke, but at the same time, I'm thinking about it. Like, obviously they couldn't, branch out into other video games, but they could maybe do, the Sweetopia place. I can imagine Sora having a super attack that is essentially just the glitch gremlin from the AVGN games. He just glitches the entire screen and fucks with the enemy programming.
I just wanted to get super meta, that's all.
His command link in that world is server lag?
Yeah. But no, I'm pretty sure we're gonna see something about Kingdom Hearts 3 or Final Fantasy 7.
That's another one. That's one of my guesses, is I really hope they're gonna show off more of the Final Fantasy 7 remake. That's one of my predictions. I really, really want to see more of that game.
Alright, so we're getting into the predictions for,
Yes, because my only thing that I think we're not going to see is Kingdom Hearts 3. Everything else is still up in the air.
Alright. So I'm gonna let you get through your predictions first.
Well, Final Fantasy VII Remake, of course, and also, I want to know... I feel like I'm one of the few people on the planet who actually liked this game, so I'm probably the only person who cares about this, but I want to see more of the Final Fantasy XII remaster.
No, that's fair. I'm pretty excited to see about what they're going to do with it, too.
That's about it for me. Any ideas on your end?
Okay, now hear me out on this one.
Okay.
Alright, so at the presser, towards the end of it, the screen goes black. It's blackout. All you see pop up on the screen is IDOS. And then the Insane Clown Posse comes out and they announce Backyard Wrestling 3. I can dream.
I mean, they need something right at the end to wake people up again.
Oh yeah, just Chicken Hunt, playing over the end of it. Oh, Jesus Christ.
She works at Hot Topic, his heart microscopic. She thinks that it's love, but to him, it's sex.
All of a sudden, a wrestling ring appears from below, like, from under it, and Bowling for Soup is fighting the Insane Clown Boss.
No. Like, the lead singer tags out. It's that guy who's working on Nier, and he's still wearing the mask.
He gives him a headbutt. Points to originality square. We were not expecting this.
See, something like that is one of those moments you hope in the back of your head that something along the lines of that happened. It'd be like the Konami conference that year, except in a good way. Like, it'd be one of those moments where everybody walks away going, what the fuck just happened? Except it's gonna be awesome instead of cost you 5 points of humanity.
It'll probably be the first time Insane Clown Posse will ever get cheered, but...
Oh.
Andrew WK is the referee.
Speaking of which, we're probably gonna see more of Nier this year.
Probably.
I mean, that game's making steady progress. They've been pretty good with the updates on that one, so chances are they've got something planned for the show. Okay, so let's move on to Electronic Arts now. Good old EA.
You mean our favorite company of all time? A company who can do no wrong.
2 years in a row, baby.
2 years in a row.
Anyways, the first thing they're showing off of the show is completely obvious. Like, we're gonna see something about Battlefield 1.
Well, yeah. Also, I'm actually pretty excited for that game. I'm gonna lay that right on the line.
I'm sorry. I look at this situation, I just think it's hilarious. Because, like, a decade and a half ago, everybody was complaining about this kind of thing. It's like, there's nothing but World War II shooters out there. Oh, another Call of Duty? I see how it is. And then Call of Duty Modern Warfare came around, and then, quote, revolutionized everything by moving it to a modern era. I remember all of the praise they got, how overblown the excitement was, how hyped everybody was to play this brand new game. Then we got a decade of those games, and now everybody's sick of that formula, as evidenced by the Infinite Warfare trailer getting voted down. I think it's the most thumbs down video game trailer on YouTube now. And then
I don't know. Have you did you visit? Did you see where that one Square Enix one was?
No. Which one was that?
Oh god, augment your pre-order?
Oh, no, it's more than that.
Is it at this point? Oh,
yes.
Oh, honey, no.
And then EA, bunch of sharks that they are, smelled the blood in the water and they were like, oh hey guys, look what we've got. And now everybody's praising them. It's like, this is such a breath of fresh air. When a decade ago, not 10 years ago, not 2 console generations, they would have released this trailer and everyone would have gone, oh, another one of these, huh? I get it. You just watch. 15 years from now, Team Pizza is going to release a AAA futuristic game and everybody's going to say we're innovators. Thank you, Team Pizza. Thank you for releasing this brand new concept that we've apparently never heard of before and bringing a breath of fresh air into the industry. How did you think to do that? Well, it's because I have the power of basic pattern recognition.
To be honest with you, I don't think it's really that's the reason the Infinite Warfare thing, or what was it, Infinite Warfare, or was it?
Infinite Warfare, yes.
Okay. I don't think why it's getting downvoted. I think it's like all the comparisons to Halo that's getting it downvoted to hell. Like, I would agree with you with, like, was Black Ops 3 like that?
I will say, though, the cover they had of Major Tom was pretty good. That's my favorite part of that whole trailer.
I still haven't seen the trailer. I just, like, how do I put it? I don't need to see it to understand what it is.
I need somebody now to make me a parody version of that trailer that's based around Star Fox. This is Peppy Hair to Fox McCloud.
Oh,
now do a barrel roll.
I believe the YouTuber Brental Floss has already provided you.
I know. I'm making a joke.
I didn't know if you'd seen it yet. I was genuinely curious.
I just need somebody to do, like, a really sort of... They're playing it straight-faced, except they're talking about barrel rolls and trying a somersault and using the boost to get through. They need to hire, like, somebody that circles outside of video games will recognize, like, a voice that people will recognize if they are not familiar with this industry.
Okay, so what we need to do is we need to resurrect David Bowie.
No, he's not dead. He's just living in the world of Omicron.
Oh yeah, I forgot. He transcended. He's like the singer of Gwar, but he just didn't need that much coke.
And on that note, we have a leak. One thing that was leaked for EA's conference is the Titanfall 2 teaser trailer. So we know that game is coming.
I'm kind of interested in this, mostly because, like, I didn't mind Titanfall 1. It did die pretty fast, but...
Yeah, unfortunately. It makes me wonder if they're going to learn their lesson and be like, okay, how can we avoid that situation again this time? I hope they do. It was an interesting concept. Just maybe not the best implementation behind it. It's like... I see what they were trying to do with that campaign, like interweave it with the multiplayer. It's like you'd just be in the middle of a match, and then this guy would come on the comms and be like, "It's been an honor serving with you all." And it'd be like, what the hell is going on?
Between pressers, I have one more thing we need to go back and talk about for a second.
Okay, but from here on out, though, I'm sorry, we're gonna have to cut things off at companies, like when we're done talking about that company, because this is gonna be a nightmare to edit.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
It's okay. I'll give you one more. Past that,
I'm trying really bad.
It's okay. EA. And the other thing we know for sure is they're going to show off Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah, like that's a given. Didn't they announce that 2 years ago?
I think so, yes. That was the initial...
I don't believe they...
haven't they, like, revealed this game, like, 3 times now at this point? Actually,
yeah. Holy shit, I didn't even realize that. They have done that.
Oh yeah, and EA is also going to release a whole bunch of sports games. Hang on a second. Where did I put that thing? Ah, there it is. That's all the enthusiasm I can muster for that. I'm sorry, unless it has Rocket, Blitz, or SSX attached to it, I just have zero interest in this genre.
They announced Rocket SSX at this C3.
It's snowboards in space.
You are literally riding down a comet, motherfucker. You are literally riding down a comet. What more can we do for you?
Tell me, did you sail across the sun?
Not until Rocket until SSX comes out.
Anyways, what were you saying about the sports games?
I don't think we even need to cover those.
Yeah. It's not my thing. Is it your thing?
Like, the only sports games I give a shit about are wrestling games, so...
As evidenced during the Square Enix blog.
Well, yeah, of course. Backyard Wrestling 3 confirmed.
Let's see here. My guesses for Electronic Arts... Here's the thing, BioWare has been teasing a new IP for quite some time now. I'm kind of hoping we're gonna see more about that this year. Yeah, I want to know more about this. It's one of those things, like, they've been telling us about this plan to have a brand new franchise for so long. I'm like, okay, just give me the details already.
But didn't BioWare say that they were done with RPGs?
They did. I still want to know what this is.
Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I just want to go to BioWare for RPGs.
It is kind of what they've become known for, but the thing is, I don't want to... The problem is that's typecasting.
That is. Like, I understand that. I'm extremely guilty of that. It's just one of those things, like, I don't know if I want a shooter or anything from BioWare, or an action game, for that matter.
It's one of those things, like, a company gets really good at making a particular type of game, and then people get into that mindset. It's like, wow, can you guys actually do anything else really well? So I'm willing to give them a chance. Like,
no, I understand that. Like, BioWare has many talented employees.
Mm-hmm.
And I
empathize with that kind of thing too. It's like, you can't work on the same type of game forever. Eventually, you're going to want to branch out. Like, that's just how you work as an artist. Eventually, you're gonna be like, yeah, let's do something different for a bit.
You burn yourself out.
Yeah. But that's pretty much all I've got for predictions on that one. Like, Mirror's Edge just launched a couple days ago, so... I mean, maybe they'll have something up there just as a marketing thing, because let's not forget, E3 is basically just one giant commercial for the industry.
I'm pretty sure we're probably going to see some DLC or something be announced for Mirror's Edge. Because EA is kind of known for that.
I was about to say already, but yeah, it's EA, so yeah, they've probably been planning that for a while.
And people have been clamoring for a sequel to Mirror's Edge. Like, I get the mentality of, oh, we should maximize profits, but people wanted a sequel to Mirror's Edge.
Which is interesting, because the reception of this latest one has been kind of lukewarm. Like, I haven't heard anything too great about it, or too negative about it either.
I'm waiting for it to come through GameFly. Speaking of which, I would like to talk very much, like, for about 5 minutes here about how great the GameFly service has been to me.
They don't listen to these videos, Kevin. You can't get promotion off of them.
I will suck their dick until they give me money. But I think that about does it for EA. I don't have many, like, predictions, because, like, outside of what we already talked about, like, what else can they announce? Can they announce a new BioShock? Wait, is that EA?
Wait.
Does EA own BioShock?
I don't rightly remember. Again, I'll put that on screen if it ends up being right.
But outside of that, like, that's all that I can really talk about.
Well, we've only got two big companies left. The first one is Bethesda, and poor Bethesda, pretty much their entire schedule has been leaked.
And the sad thing is, I only give a shit about the remake. For now.
They've got, we know for sure Dishonored 2 is going to be there. And then there are 4 separate leaks from different sources. There's a strong possibility that Prey 2 is going to be there, which, hallelujah, that game still exists. There's a strong possibility Wolfenstein 2 is going to get announced. Strong possibility Evil Within 2 is going to get announced. And then there's the Skyrim Definitive Edition, which was leaked on a retail website. It's going to be like remake of Skyrim, except this time it's actually going to work on a Sony console.
Hopefully they even add mod support like they did with Fallout 4 recently,
yeah.
which actually has been working pretty well.
Yeah, like, I think the numbers are, they're almost like 30 times as popular on consoles as they are on PC. So, That's everything that's been leaked. They haven't deconfirmed anything, and honestly, I have no guesses for Bethesda. Like, that's pretty much everything I could have possibly come up with. Can you think of anything else they could possibly bring to the show floor this year? Like, maybe more Fallout 4 DLC?
I wouldn't be surprised if we got some more looks at what was in the season pass. Which, so far, my friend, I have not purchased the season pass yet.
I haven't either, but I keep hearing great things about it.
Exactly. This is one of those cases where, where the DLC, the season pass is actually worth it. Another good example of that is Sunset Overdrive. Which the DLC has been fantastic, not gonna lie. But, outside of that, that's basically all I'm thinking that's gonna be announced.
Okay.
You can't really, Bethesda, I love them to death. I don't think they're going to produce something out of their ass last minute, so...
Okay.
I don't think they're going to announce Rage 2.
Huh. Yeah, I think we're a ways off on that one.
With John Goodman.
But, so that's it for that one?
I think that's it, because, there's not many predictions that can be made or speculation when a lot of it's been leaked already.
Alright, we're not going to come back to this one? Going once? Going twice?
Yep, we're good.
Sold. Alright, let's talk about Ubisoft. Another leak here. Watch Dogs 2 is a thing. Which I think they officially announced that a day or two ago.
Jesus Christ, Ubisoft. Okay, I got a question for you real fast. This is a small tangent, and it relates to Watch Dogs.
Okay.
So... did you ever hear that speculation / rumor about the first Watch Dogs?
Which one? There are plenty of stories about what happened with that game.
The original story that the woman that was his sister was actually his ex-wife.
Oh.
And that's why there's so many scenes that can be that give off this sexual tension. So do you think in Watch Dogs 2 he's finally gonna fuck his sister?
Actually, isn't it supposed to be centered around a whole new character?
I have no idea about it. I just know that I played the first Watch Dogs and I feel like the multiplayer is the most fun part of it.
Fair enough.
It's fun screwing around in the city, but I have GTA 5.
Huh. Speaking of games that just let you screw around and have mindless fun, For Honor is another game that's been confirmed for their list. Do you remember this one?
No, I do not. I don't remember this one at all.
You're running around as the Viking or the Samurai, and you're, leading your army. It's like competitive Dynasty Warriors, essentially.
Oh, okay. I'm now hearing the sounds of Brian masturbating. He loves him some Muso games.
It's also got this very intricate melee duel system when you come up against another player. There are riposte and different strikes you can do. So the comparison everybody's making is it's like Chivalry, Medieval Warfare meets Dynasty Warriors.
The way you're describing it, I now know what you're talking about. When you first started talking about it, I'm like, oh, it sounds like another Jade Empire. Which I'd be open to as well.
Yes. But For Honor, I hope they bring back that guy who announced it originally, too. He comes up with the cane. He's got that crazy look in his eye. He's like, witness me! Join me, and I will take you to Valhalla, shiny and chrome.
Oh, God.
That guy was great. He might as well have been a Mad Max character.
Okay, so... are we going to see another Just Dance game this year?
Probably.
I
mean, there's one every
Is that going to be
year.
one of those things that are in the predictions that are just... yeah.
When we do the drinking game on Twitch, that's probably got to be something I've got to add to the list, is take a shot during the Just Dance segment.
Yeah.
Finish your drink if they actually try to demo the damn thing. And embarrass one of their employees in the process.
Let's let's see what else. Like, what else could Ubisoft announce? Do you think there's gonna be another Rayman game?
Well, we haven't gotten past the confirmed games yet.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot.
What's also confirmed is South Park: Fractured But Whole. Butthole.
Oh.
But yes, that's serious. I want to know more about that game. I want to get a deeper look at how it's actually going to play.
I do too, because it looks like I love Stick of Truth. I think you did too.
Yes, that is a fantastic video game.
It's the best Paper Mario game to come out in 10 years.
You're totally right too. That's the funny part.
Thank you. Praise me. Praise me.
Let's see. We've also got, and surprisingly, I'm excited about this one, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands. Like, I don't know, the initial trailer just appealed to me in the right way. It's like, hey, you can sneak around, you can do this the subtle way and just, like, dissolve criminal organizations from within, or, you know, you could just blow shit up.
Yeah,
whatever works for you.
I'm actually, like, is it sad I was more excited for that than I was for the fucking Division? Like, I've since I started talking shit about the Division, like, months ago, I've played it since. No, it's still fucking garbage. And I'm sorry, but it's just...
I mean, hey, how dare you loot that random guy on the street? I'ma shoot you down, and then I'ma loot your corpse. See how you like it.
And some of the concepts feel like they took it directly from Grand Theft Auto Online, in some ways. And tried to mix it with, like, a Call of Duty game. And I'm just like, this doesn't work.
Yeah. You know what might work, though? Eagle Flight, their virtual reality game that's coming out, where you get to play as a bird and dodge around trees.
But here's the thing, is that just going to be VR only?
It's VR only, yes. They've also got two...
I don't give a shit.
They've also got 2 mystery VR games planned for E3 that we don't know anything about currently. That might change over the next couple days, but...
Okay, like, I'm gonna say something here. I don't think these VR games are actually gonna be worth it. Like, it's probably gonna be one of those things they're gonna try once.
And then never go back to?
It's mostly because, like, I don't know if the VR that each company seems to be making is going to be functioning with the base console that's already out. Like,
yeah, that's one of those weird things about that market. It's sort of like a microcosm of the Atari era of games, where there are all these different consoles out there and none of them communicate with one another. Like, there are plenty of games that are exclusive to that platform, and it's like, oh hey, you're making a VR game. Oh wait, it doesn't work with this device that I already dropped $600 on. What the fuck do I do now?
Exactly. If we can get, like, a standard going on for, like, that works with all 3 systems, sort of like a Mad Catz control aspect here, I'm not gonna lie, like, if they made something like that, it'd be perfectly fine. But here's the thing, if you, like, have something like, oh, the Oculus Rift versus the Vive versus the HoloLens, I don't know if that's gonna be in the same function, but same difference. But I could be completely wrong, and in 10 years we're going to all be playing Oculus Rift.
It could be. It's too early to tell is the thing. And despite
I'm just making base predictions right now. You were saying, though?
Yeah, and despite Parmalucky's best efforts to tank his own industry, we... only time will be able to tell what happens with this stuff. But anyway, I have one prediction for Ubisoft, and I think it's a fairly safe one. I would be incredibly surprised if we do not hear anything about the next Assassin's Creed game.
Like, I agree with you there. Because I don't know if they're going to be releasing a new one this year, but I'm pretty sure they're going to talk about it. Because didn't they mention something about outside of the side games, they're not going to do a yearly release anymore?
I think so. Anyways, any predictions for Ubisoft?
I'm pretty sure we're going to at least hear something about either a new Rayman Raving Rabbids game or just a Rayman game.
Yeah,
hopefully maybe like a 3D one. I'd be open to another 3D one.
Okay.
Like, don't get me wrong, Legends and Origins are fan-fucking-tastic.
But it's about time for another one.
Exactly.
Alright, I'd be down for that.
That's just my bold-faced prediction.
Cool. And that's it on Ubisoft?
I think that's it for Ubisoft. Because, like, what other IPs do they own that I actually care about?
Child of Light 2?
Nah. I'm pretty sure Child of Light's a one-and-done game.
Yeah, sadly.
It's a great game. It's a fan-fucking-tastic game.
And they dropped the ball on the ending because they weren't given enough development time. I'm still bitter about that.
Oh, hashtag fuck Konami. While we're at it, since we're just talking shit about development cycles.
And speaking of Konami, third-party games. Moving on to the next category here. This is just like all the other major developers that have no dedicated conferences of their own. Here's what we have confirmed to be on the show floor. King of Fighters 14.
Excited.
Yakuza 0.
Also excited.
I am too. Shadow Warrior 2, which I'm really excited for.
I was kind of disappointed with the first one, but...
the entire attitude of this thing appeals to me.
Oh yeah, no, it's a very funny game. It's just the gameplay is where I was like, eh.
I used to have hope. Then I fucked up and saved the world. See here, speaking of virtual reality, Eve Valkyrie, which is the free-to-play MMO coming to VR. Based in the Eve universe, and apparently the two games are going to affect one another, which points to them for ambition. If they pull that off, that'd be a really neat dynamic.
So, if we're talking about third party, I think that's all that's been confirmed, right?
We got 4 more.
Okay.
We have Injustice 2. Again, the trailer just dropped a day or two ago.
Wait, what?
Yeah, there's like a teaser trailer for Injustice 2. You didn't know about this?
No, I probably should have known about this!
Let's see, Persona...
Oh! Penis!
I love how
you're teasing me so
I love how this is the most lively you've been the entire conversation. That's the least explicit thing you've said during this whole conversation.
Be fair, yeah. Like, are you just gonna release a censored version for the kiddos?
No.
It's just gonna be. It's just gonna be expletive. Expletive.
God,
expletive.
No. Okay, I'd have to send the video off to the maid, and I'm pretty sure even then she would shoot down the request. And be like, no, I'm not editing that shit. I don't have all day.
That's because she has to listen to my voice.
Let's see here. Persona 5, that's going to be on the show floor. Civilization 6, that's also going to be there. And finally...
Fanu, you're going to hate me.
Why?
I already pre-ordered Civ 6.
I mean... At this point, I'm only going to take responsibility for myself. I don't pre-order games out of principle unless they're like some rare JRPG or like a collector's edition or something, but I'm not going to hold it against other people. Like, I'm doing what I think is right on that front.
I love Civilization.
Yeah. It's, let's see here. And lastly, Mafia 3.
Okay, like, I'm really excited for Mafia 3. Like, 2's a really good game, but 3 looks like it's going to be even better. Also, I have a massive, like, I have a thing for, like, this, like, the Louisiana culture.
Now, I do have a prediction of something we're not going to see from third parties, though. And I know this is going to break a lot of people's hearts, but I don't think we're going to see Red Dead Redemption 2 this year. It's just too early.
Me and you both agree on this one. Like, I agree that it's too early. I also think that they're probably going to, like, just from rumors I've heard going back all the way to 2015, Rockstar's already working on GTA 6. Hello?
I'm here. I was just letting you finish.
Okay, like, it's just one of those things, like, I've heard enough rumors to where it's like, okay, either this is what they're doing, or this is basically, the new Half-Life 3.
And past that, I have no guesses about, and no other third-party predictions. Like, it's pretty much clear-cut at this point. Like, I don't know. Maybe Konami will make a token effort to tell people about their new Big Boss Pachinko machine.
Don't, like, fuck that. Is it a new Goemon game? No? Then I don't give a fuck. Fuck off, Konami. Is it a good Silent Hill? Fuck off, Konami.
It's like, one last punishment I must endure. Wipe this meme from the face of the earth. This is my final mission.
Is that a Metal Gear Solid game? I don't care anyway.
Alright, and I think...
I'm trying to think if I have any predictions for that, though. One of the things that we're probably going to see is maybe more Rockstar, like, keeping GTA Online, like, up and running. I'm predicting they might finally talk about if they're going to open up that fucking casino in the game.
Huh.
It's
been long enough, hasn't it?
That pisses me off so much, is they programmed a goddamn casino in the game, and they haven't released it. Let me gamble. I just want virtual gambling. What? Is there games on the N64 that can gamble? Fuck you! This is HD.
You know what typically aren't HD, though?
Gambling?
Indie games.
Okay, alright, are we getting into the indie games portion? Because, like, I have something that I've been waiting for since 2013.
Alright.
Alright.
We haven't
pretty sure...
We're not past the point of no return yet, so...
I'm pretty sure that we're gonna get a release date for Cuphead this time.
Yes. That is very likely, although that technically falls in the indie game block.
Okay, I thought that's what we were talking... Oh, I thought we were in indie games.
Oh, no, we're still technically on third-party predictions, but... yes, okay.
I do have something to talk about. One more thing with, indie game... with third-party.
Okay.
We probably will see more about the Arkham Asylum collection.
Good call. Here's the big question, though. Here's the most important question of them all. Will they finally get a version of Arkham Knight that actually works on PC?
No.
Okay, I was just clarifying.
I'm saying hell no, that's not gonna happen. Mostly because, like, they just... I think after the botched first release, they're just not going to touch it.
I keep hearing conflicting reports on that. Like, I heard people say it's not going to be in the collection, it is going to be in the collection.
It should be in the collection, because it's a goddamn collection.
Or maybe it's one of those things, it's like... It's sort of like the reason Nintendo didn't release Mario Party 1 on the Virtual Console, but Mario Party 2 did have a re-release. It's because they don't want this trouble to come up again.
Exactly.
And like, if it does, you know what would be the funny part?
What?
If it is in the collection and it still doesn't work, this will be officially the third time they tried to sell people a game that does not function properly.
That is true. You know what I just realized? Like, we didn't talk about Sega at all for third party.
Oh.
Do you have any predictions? Because I'm pretty sure they're going to talk about something for the 25th anniversary of Sonic. I mean,
Sonic Boom, Fire and Ice, we're probably going to hear more about that.
Hopefully the rumor about Generations 2 is true.
See, that's one of those things. I want it to happen, but again, Sega's been trying very hard. Like, you can see there's an effort there to at least take in people's feedback and be like, hey, which franchises do you actually care about? Do you care about these platforms and things like that? The Sonic the Hedgehog Twitter account is one of the best Twitter accounts on the internet. Like, did you see the Sonic the Hedgehog Twitter account's response to the whole Mighty Number 9 situation?
No, I did not.
It was I think I retweeted this out. It was a picture of Sonic running away from, like, this cloud of pizzas all clumped together.
Oh, God, I saw this.
And the caption was, don't worry, anime fans. On prom night, at least we'll be here for you. Fucking love that account. But anyways, yes, point is, Sega's been doing much better lately, so yes, hopefully we will see something for Sonic's 25th. Just like we will hopefully see something for Metroid's 30th.
Exactly. Also, and because we're on the topic and I forgot to mention them, do you have any predictions for Capcom?
Nah. Like, there have been rumors of, like, Resident Evil 7 floating around out there, but I'm not holding my breath.
I'm pretty sure they're either gonna talk about the HD remake 2, or they're gonna have Resident Evil 7. For some reason, I'm thinking they might do something with Mega Man this year. Probably not, but and it's gonna probably be probably another collection that's gonna be lackluster as fuck.
But it's gonna come with. You don't understand. It comes with a free amiibo. That makes everything better, right?
I'm literally trying to get a hold of that golden Mega Man, though. I know, like, I'm a piece of shit, but I want that goddamn golden Mega Man amiibo.
Apparently, they've gotten a lot better with amiibo lately. Like, the numbers are much.
We didn't even talk about amiibos.
Yeah. There's probably going to be a few of those at the show, but now I'm breaking my own rule about going back to companies, so.
True. Well, you want to save that for, like, a closing segment thing?
All the other tat that we missed, sure.
Yep. Okay.
Alright. So that's it for third parties?
Who else makes games? I think that might be it. Right. With Capcom, actually, I have one more prediction. I think, for some reason, I get this another gut feeling that we might see another DuckTales remaster.
Wait, oh, you mean DuckTales 2?
Yeah, I'd like to see that happen.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Or maybe if they want to touch another franchise that's pretty good, and the games are pretty rare, I'm just saying. What if they got a hold of the Chip and Dale games and made a remaster of those?
Man, that was mostly Way Forward, though, is the thing. That did the DuckTales remaster. I remember them getting bombarded with questions about this back when they were doing the Half Genie Hero streams. It's like, people were asking every possible franchise under the sun, hey, would you do Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games if you were asked? Like, yes, we want to do everything. If companies come forward to us and say, hey, would you like to work with our IP, chances are we would say yes.
I would love to see like that, like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game made by either Way Forward or the guys that made Rocksteady, either one of those two companies.
Yes.
Mostly for the joke I can make with Rocksteady making a Ninja Turtles game.
But anyway,
I think that covers all third party.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Absolutely, positively, 100%.
One more thing. No, I'm done.
All right. Last block here, and that is the indie group. Here are the games we know we're going to get. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. I can personally confirm that one because I heard in one of the Kickstarter updates. A lot of these I know because of Kickstarter updates and because I backed these games, just transparency there. Ukulele, we're going to be getting something, although technically they already released their new trailer.
Oh my god, how great was that thing?
It was pretty good.
Oh my god, it makes me so excited. Like, I feel like I'm 12 again.
We've got Shantae Half Genie Hero. Speaking of things that make you feel young and excited again. At least for me, anyway.
I was gonna say, like, I didn't have much of a thing with Shantae until you gifted me the games on Steam. Yeah. Good games, though.
And Rain World as well, which you haven't heard about it. Go look up the trailers, because that game is going to be... It looks fantastic anyway. I can't confirm whether or not it's going to be good yet, because obviously I haven't played it, but there you go.
But the thing is that with that is, Adult Swim games have had a great track record recently. Mega Coin Squad, Jazz Punk, the game that you gifted me, Duck Game, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
So, usually it's been like a really good like series of games where they dip their finger in it and it turns out to be pretty good.
Yeah, those guys have a pretty good eye for what to publish. So, we've also got confirmed reports of Killing Floor 2 is going to be there. 100-Foot Robot Golf is going to be there. And we've also got Devolver Digital's 2 games that have yet to be released from their indie showcase last year, which are Mother Russia Bleeds and Aether. E-I-T-R, however the hell you pronounce it. And I can also confirm one thing that's not going to be there. I'm sorry, guys, Space Shift is in nowhere near a showable state right now.
But Miku's Lullaby is going to be right there, front and stage. It's going to get announced on the Microsoft.
God, I wish. I need to find a damn artist who will actually work with me for longer than a week first, before that game happens. How about that?
Okay.
And for guesses, I have no clue. Like, you made the prediction about Cuphead. I think that's fairly safe. Like, that game has been in production for quite some time. I think it's time we got a release date on that one.
I'm really excited for it. I want to play it.
So do I. So am I.
But as it comes down to indie, I think, like, it's kind of hard to predict that whole, like, section, because with, like, major studios, they have a lot of franchises and stuff like that to talk about.
But indie games, you never know.
You never know. Like, look at, like, stuff like Stardew Valley that just come out of nowhere.
I'm thinking, like, the only one that comes to mind is some of the projects Ed McMillan has been working on. Or maybe some of the guys at the Behemoth. Like, we're probably going to see Pit People at E3.
Nah, that's a good point.
And we're either going to see Bumbo's Big Adventure or maybe Mugenics, finally.
Oh, I know something indie that we might get, like, more information on.
Mm-hmm.
The same studio that just recently got death threats for pushing back their release date, No Man's Sky.
Oh, yes, I forgot to mention that one. Yeah, I guess that brings us to our final segment here. Yeah, No Man's Sky is probably going to get mentioned. We're probably going to hear about a lot of new amiibos. Like, okay, I'm predicting there's going to be at least 5 amiibo announced during the Nintendo presser.
One of them is Shantae, and you just cream your jeans.
Yeah, I wish.
It's like a cannon of semen.
You know, I'm on record saying that if a Shantae amiibo was made, it would be the only one I would buy at this point. Like, that's the last amiibo I would spend my own money on.
But they have, like, the thing is, they have gotten better about production of amiibos.
No, I just don't have the money for them.
Yeah, I think that now it's not a principle thing; it's a financial one.
I need to save up my money for moving to Ohio with the rest of the team, but
there's nothing wrong with Ohio, though, except the snow and the rain.
And apparently, their zoos don't have a whole lot of good safety standards.
Okay, let's not talk about that.
Anything else you can possibly think of that might be at this year's show?
Well, actually, I don't know if I mentioned this when I mentioned Sony, but there's been a lot of speculation of The Last of Us 2. And also with there's also been like word about Crash Bandicoot, like either a reboot or a sequel.
Again, it's one of those things I wouldn't hold my... I'd be happy to see it, but I'm not too optimistic about it. I don't have reason to believe that's going to happen, simply because of the state of that franchise right now. But Last of Us 2, I will say this. I think I'm thoroughly satisfied with the way the original Last of Us ended.
You mean with Joel fucking over all of humanity?
It's one of those things where the way it ended, I understand why they did that. And considering the tone of that story to begin with, it makes a lot of sense. And it's because of that, if they did have a sequel, I'd want it to be centered around brand new characters.
Yeah. But multiplayer is pretty great in that game.
Yes, it's basically bum fighting online.
Yeah, it is. Since we're going back to it, shit, I had one for Ubisoft. They're probably going to talk about Skylanders. One thing we know we're not going to see, because it's officially dead,
Disney Infinity. Yeah.
Yep.
LEGO Dimensions apparently got an update. They've got, what were some of the franchises that got confirmed? Like, they had Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, that was a really interesting one. Like
Adventure Time.
Adventure Time. This is in my Twitter feed somewhere. Hang on a second. Scroll down a little bit. Wait. There you are. LEGO Dimensions is getting Goonies, Sonic, Adventure Time, and Tom Cruise. Just Tom Cruise.
Oh, we're getting Tom Cruise Tom Cruise the Lego pack.
I want his Lego pack to come with a couch. Like, that's his vehicle. That's his vehicle. Like, he holds onto one of the arms and faces it forward, and he jumps on it to make it move.
Oh my god.
So, okay, the new Ghostbusters, boo, Adventure Time, Mission Impossible, Harry Potter, A-Team, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, aka more Harry Potter, the Lego Batman movie, The Goonies, Sonic, Teen Titans, really?
Yeah, you didn't see that?
No. Wow. Lego City, oh my god, I'm gonna have to buy the Starfire minifigure now. God damn it.
You poor little fanboy.
Lego City Undercover, cool. Knight Rider. The Powerpuff Girls, Gremlins, Beetlejuice, and E.T.
The most interesting part of a lot of that for me is the fact that a lot of those, like, franchises have never had a Lego figure before.
Yeah.
Like a Lego, like, toy set or thing.
Like, you think this is one of those things where they're basically shotgunning it? They're just buying all the rights and hoping that the really successful ones will offset the ones that aren't quite as popular?
Probably, yeah. Like, that feels like a lot of, like, what they're doing here.
Okay.
Like, a lot of people have been wanting an Adventure Time, like, Lego set, and I don't think that's been confirmed. Like, I don't think they've made one yet, so... Watch, they actually have.
And I think that's about it. Any other ideas of what might happen during this year's show?
Outside of that, nope.
Alright, so based on what we know and what we think is going to happen, how do you think this show is going to go? Do you think it's going to be better or worse than previous years? And here's the big question, who do you think is going to win? Who do you think is going to have the biggest moments, the most surprises? Who's going to walk away having the biggest marketing push from this?
I'm going to describe this with an analogy. I feel like this E3 is WrestleMania 31.
Never saw that one.
The entire show is probably going to, like, the entire build-up to it's going to probably be shit. Like, no one's going to be excited for it in the end. And at the end, they're going to have, like, some major surprises that's going to make it at least a really good one and a very memorable one.
Alright. I'd be down for that.
As for winners, first one I'm probably going to predict is it's probably going to be Sony, since it's a safe bet. And maybe a close second one, maybe Nintendo, if they could pull their heads out of their asses and actually give us something great.
I think I'm kind of in the same boat you're in. I hope it's going to end up that way. The worst thing that can possibly happen when you walk away from E3 is that feeling of, meh, there were some high points, but overall I don't feel that great about it, like, not really strongly. I think that's worse than having a really bad show, because at least the bad show is memorable. If it's just a completely mediocre show, everybody walks away dissatisfied.
Oh, that's WrestleMania 32.
So, here's hoping it'll be really great. Microsoft hasn't given me much reason to be excited, mostly because I don't own an Xbox One. Again, disclosure. Sony, yeah, they've got one or two things. Again, they're making dreams happen, because if they can avoid pushing The Last Guardian back to 2017, which I don't think they are, but if they do, they're going to be making dreams happen. That's all they need to do, and everybody will remember their show well, I think. Nintendo, I mean, Zelda is one of their most popular and profitable franchises. It's one of those things, like, you're gonna have to go out of your way to find the really juicy bits if you care about anything other than Zelda, which is disappointing, but
shit happens.
Yeah, I am excited to find out more about Pokemon Go, aka find out whether or not it's actually my kind of thing. Let's see, Square Enix, hopefully people will be able to stay awake during the conference this time.
Well, yeah, especially if they have that surprise appearance of Backyard Wrestling 3.
Yes, and, I mean, hopefully we will get something about Kingdom Hearts 3. Like I said, I don't think it's going to happen, but if they do, they combine that with Final Fantasy 15, maybe a little more of the Final Fantasy 7 remake, and top it all off with a surprise for Tomb Raider. I think this year they might actually get one. They might actually keep the audience's attention. Electronic Arts I don't feel too strongly about. Ubisoft I don't feel too strongly about. And Bethesda. I mean, Prey 2 has been in development limbo. It's gone through ups and downs so many times. Again, if they confirm that that thing is happening, and if they drop a release date on top of that, it would be just such a powerful moment of catharsis.
Your wig would blow off and you would grow 10 feet.
Pretty much. So yeah, looking forward to Dishonored 2 and actually exploring the world they set up in the first game. Wolfenstein 2 I would be really happy for, especially considering how much I enjoyed that and the new Doom. And yeah, Skyrim Definitive Edition. I look forward to losing myself in that world all over again on consoles this time.
And hopefully mod sport.
Who do I think is going to walk away with the biggest show presence? That's a tough call. Not accounting for surprises, based just on what we know. If Sony might do it. If they get their act together, though, I think Square Enix might have just enough star power to pull away with it this year. But that's if they can get their act together. If it's anything like last year's show, no, Sony's going to take it. But
and watch we're all wrong, and it's Ubisoft who kicks everyone's asses.
You never know. That's the great thing about this show, is you never know. And it's like I said, none of this accounts for the things we don't know about. That's why the best part of the show every year are the games we don't see coming. That's why.
For all we know, Microsoft could just drop an atom bomb.
It's entirely possible. But that's just what we think. If you have any other opinions about how you think the show is going to go this year, please leave it in the comments below. And like always, I'm Whatthefnu.
I'm ISO Koopa. Also, congratulations on 10,000 subscribers.
Yes, thank you. I've got something big planned for that really soon, but I'm not going to talk about that here. Like I said, surprises. Anyways,
Hush.
I'll talk to you guys again. Later, everybody.
Bye, I love you.